In Gaza, freezing temperatures have claimed the lives of 3 babies over the last 48 hours. A 3-week-old girl in Khan Yunis succumbed to the cold, followed by 2 other infants, aged 3 days and 1 month. On the battlefield, Hamas's Qassam brigades have claimed responsibility for hitting an Israeli tank near Gaza City's Al-Zaytun neighborhood, with reports of casualties among Israeli soldiers. Meanwhile, tensions persist in Lebanon, as the UN peacekeeping force raised concerns over ongoing Israeli destruction in southern Lebanon, despite a ceasefire with Hezbollah. In Yemen, fires erupted at Al-Hudaydah port following Israeli airstrikes, which have targeted Houthi-controlled areas after missile attacks on Israeli vessels. Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir visited Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, prompting strong condemnations from the Palestinian Authority and Jordan, calling the move a provocative violation of the status quo. In related news, the Hind Rajab Foundation, advocating for justice for Palestinian victims, has launched new legal cases in Argentina and Chile against Israeli soldiers accused of war crimes. The foundation has also submitted a case to the International Criminal Court, targeting members of the 749 Combat Engineering Battalion. In Pakistan, military courts have sentenced another 60 civilians for their involvement in violent attacks during the nationwide riots on May 9, 2023. This brings the total number of civilians sentenced to 85. Among those sentenced is Imran Khan's nephew, Hassan Niazi, who received a 10-year prison term. The convicts retained the right to appeal, as the trials were conducted in accordance with the law. The military emphasized the nation's commitment to justice and maintaining state authority. In political news, the Sunni Ittihad Council, SIC, announced that PTI will give the government time until January 31st to conclude negotiations. Relations between the PTI and the government have been fraught, especially since Imran Khan's imprisonment, with protests escalating into violence. Meanwhile, tensions between Pakistan and Afghanistan have increased following airstrikes carried out by Pakistani forces targeting suspected terrorist camps in Afghanistan's Paktika province. The Foreign Office clarified that these operations are aimed at protecting Pakistan from terrorist groups using Afghan territory. On the economic front, the Pakistan Stock Exchange saw a sharp decline, with the KSE 100 index falling by nearly 2,000 points, driven by concerns over deteriorating relations with Afghanistan.